31. What could be the reason for the current to double in a linear circuit?
There are two reasons for increasing the current. 1. Either the total resistance of the circuit is reduced by half. 2. Or the supply voltage to the circuit is doubled.
32. What is meant by reverse polarity and how it can be fixed?
An electrical outlet has two wires, that is neutral and hot or live wire. The reverse polarity means that the neutral wire is connected to the terminal where the hot wire is supposed to be. It can create shock hazards because the on or OFF switch will cut off only the neutral wire from the appliance connected to such outlets. It can be easily fixed by swapping the wire.
33. Explain what rectifiers are and what are the types of rectifiers.
A rectifier is an electronic circuit that converts the alternating current into a direct current. The types of rectifiers are as follows. Uncontrolled rectifier. These rectifiers are made from diodes, and their output only depends on the input supply. They are not controlled by any external means. Half-wave rectifier. That converts half, that is positive half or negative half wave of the AC cycle, into DC. Full-wave rectifier. It converts both the positive and negative half of AC into DC. Bridge rectifier. It is made of 4 diodes to converts full AC wave into DC. Center tap rectifier. Utilizes a center tap transformer with only 2 diodes to convert full AC into DC. Controlled rectifier. These rectifiers are made from SCR, thyristors, and their output voltage can be controlled by varying the firing angle. Half-controlled. These rectifiers are made from SCR, thyristors, as well as diodes. Full-controlled. It is purely made from SCR, thyristors, and provides full control over the voltage through the external triggering pulse.
33. What is a Zener diode?
It is a special type of diode that not only conducts current forward, but also in reverse direction once the Zener voltage is reached. It is used in reverse bias to maintain a constant voltage over a range of currents. It is a safety device used as a voltage regulator or to protect other components from overvoltage.
34. Difference between analog and digital circuit.
An analog circuit can process an analog input signal that has continuously varying voltage. An analog circuit can convert an analog signal into a digital signal. A digital circuit can only process a digital signal that is a signal that has only 2 levels, 1 or 0/high or low. They are used in logic-based circuit designing to process complicated functions like in computers and cell phones, etc.
35. What is a laser diode?
The laser diode converts electrical energy into light energy just like an LED, but it creates coherent light. It is a pin junction diode that creates a beam of light by a combination of holes and electrons in the intrinsic region. They are used in optical communication, pointer, printer, and etc.
36. What is the difference between fuse and breaker?
The fuse is made of a metal wire called a fuse link or element that melts when the current exceeds its limit. It works automatically and it is a one-time use device that needs to be replaced. But the circuit breaker is an electromechanical switch that opens the circuit during overcurrent or short circuits. It works automatically as well as manually, and it can be used again by resetting the lever.
37. What is Marx circuit?
Marx circuit or Marx generator is a circuit that charges a number of capacitors in parallel, and then discharges them in series to generate high voltage. It is used for creating high voltage using a low voltage source.
38. What is the principle of motor?
A current-carrying conductor, loop-shaped, placed inside the magnetic field experiences a mechanical force whose direction is given by Fleming's left-hand rule.
39. Which motor has high starting torque and staring current? DC motor, induction motor, or synchronous motor?
The DC series motor has the highest starting torque out of all motors, and that is why they are used in electrical machinery requiring high starting torque like cranes, hoists, and etc.
40. What is ACSR cable and where we use it?
ACSR stands for aluminum conductor steel reinforced. Its outer strands are made of highly pure aluminum to have better conductivity, while the center strands from steel increase the tensile strength of the cable. It is used for overhead transmission lines. It has better conductivity and low weight as well as cost.
41. What is a vacuum circuit breaker?
A circuit breaker breaks the circuit by opening the contact terminals. During the opening, an arc is generated between the terminals that can be quenched using various mediums. In VCB, the medium for arc quenching in a vacuum. The vacuum has a high voltage arc quenching ability as compared to air, and they are used in high voltage circuits.
42. What is the difference between surge arrestor and lightning arrestor?
Both of them are used as protection devices for grounding the high voltage transients or surges. The surge arrestor is used inside the circuit to protect the components from high voltage spikes. The lightning arrestors are used outside the circuit, such as on transmission towers, to protect them from high voltage strikes of lightning.
43. Why use the VCB at high transmission system? Why can't use ACB?
VCB stands for vacuum circuit breaker and ACB stands for air circuit breaker. The VCB uses the vacuum as its arc quenching medium while ACB uses air as its arc quenching medium. The vacuum has very fast arc quenching and recovering properties as compared to ACB, thus they are used in HT while ACB is used in LT.
44. What is meant by insulation voltage in cables? Explain it.
The insulation voltage or insulation level is the rated voltage of a cable at which the cable can withstand its lifespan without rupturing or breakdown.
45. What are the advantages of star-delta starter with induction motor?
The main advantages of star-delta starter are: to decrease the starting current required for the induction motor, because it is 6 to 7 times higher than full load current, which can damage the windings of the motor. To eliminate the voltage drop problem, because the huge amount of starting current results in a voltage drop along the consumer line which may damage other electrical appliances. Its operation is very simple. The cost of this starter is comparatively very cheap. It has a good torque to current performance.
46. What is the difference between resistance grounding system and resistance earthing system?
Resistance grounding. In this system, the load neutral is connected to the ground using resistors to limit and carry the fault current in case of unbalanced conditions. Resistance earthing. This is used to protect the equipment from fault condition by carrying the current through earth cable.
47. What is critical disruptive voltage?
It is the minimum voltage required for the breakdown of the insulation, air, between a phase and neutral to discharge the current. It is the voltage at which the corona discharge starts.
48. How many types of faults occur in a three-phase power system?
The faults in the three-phase system are named below: open circuit fault, single-phase open fault, double-phase open fault, three-phase open fault, short circuit fault, single line to ground fault, LG, double line to ground fault, LLG, the line-to-line fault, LL, three phases short circuit fault, LLL.
49. What is skin effect?
The current density of the AC passing through a conductor tends to be very high near the surface and very low near the middle of its cross-section area. This phenomenon is called the skin effect and directly proportional to the frequency. That is why stranded conductors are used for power transmission.
50. What is latching current and holding current?
The minimum initial current required to maintain thyristor in forwarding conduction state immediately after turning on is called latching current. The gate signal is removed after providing a latching current. The holding current is the minimum current required to maintain the thyristor in forwarding conduction, otherwise the thyristor will return to the forward blocking state. The latching current is the current required to switch on the thyristor, while the holding current is the minimum limit for turning off the thyristor. The latching current is always greater than the holding current.
51. Why is thyristor SCR considered as a charge-controlled device?
A thyristor is triggered into a forward conduction state when the charge is injected by applying the gate signal voltage between gate and cathode terminal. As the SCR is switched on by the current or charge, it is known as a charge-controlled device.
52. What is meant by knee point voltage?
The knee point voltage of a current transformer is the minimum voltage at which a minimum increase, like 10%, of voltage will increase the magnetizing current by a large margin, like 50%.
53. What is a reverse power relay?
A reverse power protection relay is a directional protection device that protects the generator from taking current back from the grid and causes what is known as a generator motoring effect. It can damage the generator.
53. What will happen if a DC supply is given to the primary of a transformer?
A transformer is essentially an inductor coil that has high inductance and low resistance. For a DC supply, there will be no inductance, and there will be no mutual induction between the windings. Also, the low resistance will draw a huge amount of current that will damage the coil and the insulation. Thus, a transformer won't operate on DC and may explode with fire.
54. What are the different methods for starting an induction motor?
The methods used for starting an induction motor are the following: DOL, direct online starter, star delta starter, auto transformer starter, resistance starter, series reactor starter.
55. What are the various kinds of cables used for transmission?
The types of cables based on the transmission voltage ratings are given below. Low tension or LT cable T is used for transmission of voltage below 1000 V. High tension or HT cable used for transmission of up to 11 kV. Super tension cable is used for handling voltage up to 33 kV. Extra high tension cable can handle voltage up to 66 kV. Extra super tension cable is used for transmission of voltage up to 132 kV.
56. What is the slip of an induction motor?
The percentage difference between the synchronous speed Ns and the rotor speed N of an induction motor is called slip. It is denoted by S. The rotor speed of the induction motor is always less than its synchronous speed.
57. What happens when two positively charged material is placed together?
When two positively charged materials placed together, it will repel.
58. What is referred to the electron in the outer orbit?
The electron in the outer orbit is known as valence.
59. What are the basic tools used for the measurement of electrical parameters in an electrical circuit?
The list of measuring tools used for the measurement of electrical parameters are as below: ammeter, voltmeter, ohmmeter, multimeter, power meter, microwave meter, cathode ray oscilloscope, signal generators and analyzers, wattmeter, sweep generator.
60. What is PU in electrical engineering?
PU stands for per unit, and this will be used in a single line diagram of power distribution, and it is like a huge electrical circuit with no components, generators, transformers, loads, with different ratings, in MVA and kV. To bring all the ratings into a common platform, we use PU concept, in which, in general, the largest MVA and kV ratings of the component are considered as base values, then all other component ratings will get back into this basis. Those values are called PU values. PU equals actual value divided base value.